It's a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. I'm tracking additional rounds of severe thunderstorms coming up.
We are getting our first look at a Harlan County woman accused of murdering her husband. After the city's most recent murder, the Louisville police chief is joining community activists pleading for the public's help as the murder rate climbs.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon to you. Amber Philpott and Sam Dick reporting another round of storms is heading towards the bluegrass this afternoon, and some of those could be severe, with the biggest threat, though, coming from some strong winds.
Had a lot of practice with this, unfortunately. So we have called a First Alert Severe Weather Day to keep you up to date on the latest conditions. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Yeah, we have had a ton of practice so far this summer. Every day or every other day, rounds of thunderstorms targeting the bluegrass state, and here we go again. Defender Radar Network getting busy out there this afternoon. And now we're going to watch for some additional thunderstorms to develop from Lexington to Louisville. So we're going to watch I-64 likely fill in with at least some scattered thunderstorms between Louisville and Lexington over the next hour and change. Starting to see some of that popping now just to the northwest of Keene, west side of Lexington, out near the Bluegrass Airport near Keeneland, getting in on some lighter rains right now, and you may hear a rumble of thunder. A lot of the thunder and lightning, though, coming from this little complex of storms from Stanton, Mountain Parkway into parts of Menifee and Montgomery County. So if you're traveling on the Mountain Parkway here, getting toward the Red River Gorge area, Natural Bridge, going to pick up on some of those heavier downpours. Now we jump into Montgomery County, 460, Camargo through Jeffersonville, heading into Means and toward downtown Frenchburg. Very heavy rains are coming through. Southern Kentucky had some stronger thunderstorms a little earlier. A lot of this stuff is now in the form from 75 west of just some general run-of-the-mill rains, though a thunderstorm that's intensifying a little bit here, located between Barberville and Pineville. Here we go with the heavy rain. Western parts of the area, northeastern Kentucky, severe thunderstorm warnings around the Ashland area. But let's focus on the bluegrass region and this corridor, guys. Watch the thunderstorms now beginning to develop from southern Indiana through Louisville and toward the Lexington area. We may see those storms kind of lining up one right after another. If that is the case, some very heavy rains may be noted over the next few hours.
One woman is facing a murder charge after police say she shot and killed her husband.
State police charged 51-year-old Ruby Webb with murder and domestic violence. Caleb Noe has the latest on the murder investigation. It's our top story at 4:30.
Well, we are told the shooting happened around 1 in the morning Thursday at the home of Charles and Ruby Webb here on Pope Hill Road, just outside of Harlan. We're told the couple was married for more than 3 decades, but several arguments throughout the day Wednesday escalated and turned violent.
The victim, Charles Webb, had been shot 2 times by his wife, Ruby.
We're told family members rushed him to the hospital, but he later died at Holston Valley Medical Center in Tennessee.
We located Ruby Webb in the vicinity of Pope Hill Road. She was brought to Post 10 for questioning, and following the questioning, Ruby Webb was arrested for 1 count of murder.
We checked on Ruby Webb's criminal history and found police arrested her in July of 2014 and again in May of last year, both times for 4th-degree assault. We asked to speak with Ruby Webb in jail, but she chose not to talk about the incident. In Harlan County, Caleb Noe, WKYT.
We now know that Louisville's latest murder victim is a young mother, and her killer remains on the loose.
Her death underscores Louisville's 2-year spike in violent crime. Gilbert Coursey has the message to the city from the police chief.
I swear to God on my mama, it's going to be another hour.
4 shot, 2 dead, and threats of another killing.
It's just hard, just really hard.
In Louisville, it's a story growing all too familiar.
The main drivers behind violent crime in our community are first and foremost poverty, the lack of economic opportunities for many people in those poverty-stricken neighborhoods, the impact of narcotics, the access to guns.
Scenes like this served as the backdrop as Louisville's police chief and community leaders addressed the city's stunning rise in murders.
It's a mantra of healing, mercy, and compassion as a way to deal with these engulfed anger and rage issues, especially as it relates to the young.
Coincidentally, the panel discussion at the Louisville Forum event came just hours after the city's latest murder. Number 56 happened in this home Tuesday night around 9 o'clock. We're told the victim was shot in the head. No arrests, no suspects yet, and the city on track to hit 100 murders by the end of the year.
It's going to be a continuing problem for this community, and it's going to take each and every one of us to get involved, whether it's a neighborhood watch or that volunteerism.
Ideas that many have heard before fall short for Fawn Edwards. The mother of 3 says her boys are struggling with the death of their friends.
What I did hear was there's a big interest in helping, but I'm not hearing getting at the root of it, and that's addressing the grief, because nobody's addressing that. You can address the trauma all day long, but the sadness is what people are carrying around, and it's turning into anger.
Louisville's troubles mirror a national trend.
We need your help, and we need it in many different ways.
A need to turn talk into action, hoping to save lives.
That was Gilbert Coursey reporting. The chief says he is working to break down the culture of silence in crime pockets that keeps many cases from being solved. He's told officers to get out of their cars, walk the streets, and build better relationships in their community. A South Lexington neighborhood is dealing with some vandalism. Tires on at least 4 cars were slashed overnight.
Rebecca Smith today talked with the victim, who says this is very uncharacteristic of this neighborhood.
God, I can't believe this.
Clarence Franklin's lived off Armstrong Mill for more than 40 years. He surprised his car, and a handful of others were damaged Thursday. Along with the slashed tires were threatening words written on a telephone pole.
Love you, kill you, all that right there on the pole. Nobody's ever been this angry.
Clarence says he does not know why someone would do this. He does have some theories, though, with recent news headlines as of late. Things like the murder of police officers and the killings of black men at traffic stops.
I don't know whether they're angry at the police or angry at us, because it's not a color thing, because what? I'm black, they're white.
He says teens run out in the street here all the time. He suspects they're behind the destruction of property.
I'm just thankful I didn't see him. I'm thankful that I didn't see him, because if I had, I'd probably be in jail, because I'd probably hurt somebody if I see him punching somebody's tires. Just so useless. I don't know why people are so angry, but there's good and bad in everybody.
In Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
A woman also reported to police her tires were slashed on Elm Tree Lane this week.
A Franklin County mother and daughter are trying to honor people who may have been forgotten. When people who have little to no money or family members to claim them when they die, counties will often bury them in certain sections of county cemeteries. In some cases, there are no markers to commemorate them. Mary Jo Sullivan and Lil Wise are working to change that at a cemetery in Frankfort.
We just want to honor them, give them the recognition they deserve, and to let them know they're not forgotten.
Coming up on WKYT News at 6, Sean Moody will introduce you to the mother and daughter and explain why this mission is so very important to them.
The tallest building in Frankfort will soon be up for sale.
The Herald Leader reports the Bevin administration is putting the 25-story Capitol Plaza Tower on the auction block. Bids for the tower will open to the public next month. The paper says the tower is in bad shape. In 2008, architects recommended that it be torn down. The paper says there have been reports of concrete falling from the 44-year-old building. In June, hundreds of people who worked in the Capitol Tower Plaza were moved to a new office building. Anyone interested in bidding on the building can visit the site today. If you take a trip to Cincinnati in the next couple of weeks, you might spot John Travolta. The movie he's filming there coming up.
It is another WKYT First Alert severe weather day. Rounds of thunderstorms blasting the Bluegrass State. You've got some in northeastern Kentucky, into the western part of the state. Southern Kentucky getting in on the act as well. So let's get after it on a busy Defender Radar Network. Only severe thunderstorm warning is out for northeastern Kentucky, Carter, Greenup, and Boyd counties. That'll go up until 5 o'clock. Strong thunderstorm weakening just a little bit now as it moves its way north of the Mountain Parkway. Folks into Menifee, Montgomery, Bath counties getting in on some intense lightning, some very heavy rains, maybe winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour. Strong thunderstorms as well here south of Manchester. Get into the southeastern corner of Knox County, heading into Bell County. You got a lot of lightning and a lot of heavy rain coming. Then there's a break, and then look what happens behind that break. All of a sudden, we fill it back up, don't we? Heavy rain here across the Lake Cumberland area. And if you look closely, you can see some embedded strikes of lightning showing up. So that heavy rain with some rumbles of thunder, low rolling thunder across the land. Lexington Bluegrass region. Had some thunder and lightning earlier today, little action skirting the region. Now we're watching for some thunderstorms that are beginning to at least pop up in scattered fashion right now. So on the west side of town, you get into near Masterson Station. You get into the north side of town, a little bit of rain. But look what's going on just to our west. Thunderstorms are going up here right on top of 64. West of Frankfort into Shelby County, where we had a little wind damage last night. So the corridor from southern Indiana right on top of the I-64 marker into the Lexington Bluegrass region. We're going to watch for the possibility of strong storms to increase over the next hour and change. You can actually see what a rapid buildup of some of those thunderstorms that we're seeing. I'm not talking about big severe weather with this, but a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain, maybe some localized wind damage as a possibility. And those storms that are really firing here into southern parts of Indiana, northwestern Kentucky are ahead of a cold front that is going to slowly work its way in here. Once it gets in here, you know what it does? Kind of puts the brakes on over the next couple of days. As I mentioned, this is not a major severe weather outbreak by any stretch of the imagination. Local flash flooding, some local wind gusts would be the primary players to watch out for, and obviously that's what we're going to be watching out for as we go through the evening. Hour by hour forecast to take you through the next couple of days. Did I mention thunderstorms and computer models don't really go together? That's the trend again tomorrow. Got to watch southern, southeastern Kentucky for some additional thunderstorms into the afternoon. This model says tomorrow evening there's a little better shot area wide. And then into the day on Saturday with that front to our south, chance for some rain is out there, especially the southern half of the area. Farther north you go on Saturday, things may begin to dry up. But with a front stalling out, little ripple of low pressure, southern, southeastern Kentucky models can sometimes way underdo precipitation amounts in a setup like that. Then later Sunday, many areas may wind up the weekend on a dry note. Fingers crossed on that one. Now we go through the 7-day forecast. After a break in the action, on Sunday, late Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, things could get awfully stormy yet again as some heat tries to build in toward the end of next week. But out there this evening, no major severe weather threat, but a lot of noise coming from the skies.
I don't know if it's because we haven't had high 90s, but it still feels hotter than the numbers that we're showing.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Humidity's off the charts out there right now. So you get a heat index, or what it actually feels like. Your body tells you what it thinks the temperature is. That's what we give you with, in the wintertime, the wind chill. In the summertime, the heat index. The thermometer and your body don't often match up.
All right.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about on Dewey Lake today, preparing for Paddle Fest. More fun from Eastern Kentucky when we return here, oops, on WKYT.
How does this sound? Enjoy a relaxing float down the Levisa Fork of the Big Sandy River. It's all part of Paddle Fest.
Say no more, I'm in. Our Deanne Stevens has the details now from Prestonsburg. Hi, Deanne.
On your mark, get set. You're cheating, Mitchell. Go.
I already started.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Dewey Lake. We are getting our exercise in, preparing for Paddle Fest. It's happening on July 23rd. They do it on the 4th Saturday here in Prestonsburg. Mitchell Pearson, I'm going to have to slow things up for the guy, of course. I'm kidding. Mitchell Pearson is with us. And Mitchell, Paddle Fest, this looks like so much fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun here with us out on the lake.
So tell us about Paddle Fest.
Paddle Fest started with, it was the 4th Saturday of each month.
Okay.
Starts with the Levisa Fork. And with the summer, we thought a fun way to change it up was we would start it actually on July 23rd here on the Dewey Lake at Jenny Wiley State Resort Park.
Dewey Lake, this lake is beautiful. It's located right close to Jenny Wiley, right?
It is. It's right there with the State Resort Park.
So I'm just putting together a vacation package for folks watching. They could come be a part of Paddle Fest. Yeah. They can see the theater, Jenny Wiley Theater, right?
Right.
Take part. I saw some mountain bike trails.
There is. They have mountain bike trails, regular multi-usage trails. There's horseback riding close by. So there's a lot of outdoor adventure right here in Prestonsburg.
So we don't need to go to the beach for fun in the summer, do we?
No, you just got to come to the hills of eastern Kentucky and we'll take care of you.
It is beautiful here. The people are beautiful too, I'll tell you that. Now, do people need to sign up, to get registered? What are some of the requirements for them to be a part of Paddle Fest?
For Paddle Fest, it is for anyone. It's from novice to advanced, experienced kayakers. So sit there, you can call the Prestonsburg Tourism Office at 606-886-1341, or you can visit us online at prestonsburgky.org.
Okay, turn around. Turn around and get ready.
Okay, are we racing?
We're racing.
Oh, man.
But I get the advantage
this time. Yeah, this time it's you.
Listen, check out all the info, as Mitchell said, and be a part of this year's Paddle Fest. I'm Deanne Stevens. I'm beating you.
You are beating me.
Out and about. Back to you guys.
I'm jealous.
It's beautiful there.
That was pretty.
Yeah,
nice.
Check it out. Kristen Stewart talks about her leading man.
Plus, Ryan Gosling showing off his pipes. Chris Martinez has your eye on entertainment.
Hollywood is abuzz over Jennifer Aniston's powerful message to the tabloids. The actress wrote an essay for the Huffington Post saying she is not pregnant and that the constant scrutiny implies women are incomplete or unsuccessful if they're not mothers. Oscar winner Leonardo DiCaprio is becoming a star for his conservation work. The Actors Foundation says it has now donated more than $59 million to fighting climate change and protecting wildlife. Woody Allen creates a bittersweet romance in his new film, Cafe Society. Jesse Eisenberg stars as a Bronx native moving to Hollywood, where he falls for Kristen Stewart.
If I was your boyfriend, I would not travel. Or if I did, I would take you with me.
Stewart says her off-screen friendship with Eisenberg helped bring out the best performance.
When I'm around him, I genuinely can, I can embarrass myself, I can be stupid. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. So, I didn't have any of my defenses up.
The movie also stars Blake Lively as a New York socialite. And Ryan Gosling shows off his singing voice in the upcoming movie La La Land.
City of stars, are you shining just for me?
Opening in December, the love story features Gosling as a musician and Emma Stone as an aspiring actress. That's your eye on entertainment. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
A movie on the life of New York crime mob boss John Gotti, starring John Travolta, set to begin filming in Cincinnati later this month. Travolta will play the title character in the life and death of John Gotti. His real-life wife, Kelly Preston, will play Gotti's wife. The Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Film Commission says filmmakers are taking advantage of Ohio's revised motion picture tax credit. It reimburses out-of-state movie producers for some of their expenses.
David Cameron is out as UK Prime Minister, but believe it or not, that big news is being upstaged by another down street occupant, one with whiskers. Well, another day, more storms trying to fire across the bluegrass.
Chris has used the word pattern more than once. And Chris, I guess we're just kind of stuck in a rut, aren't we, in some sense with this?
Yeah, it's a broken record, and the record is broken on a tune that absolutely stinks. We're getting round after round after round of thunderstorm action throughout central and eastern Kentucky. Coming at us in waves, severe thunderstorms in northeastern Kentucky, very strong storms here into southeastern Kentucky, heavy rain south central parts of the area, and now we're watching some strong and local severe thunderstorms developing from the Lexington metro into southern Indiana and parts of the Louisville metro. Those thunderstorms that are west of Louisville now, prompting a newly issued severe thunderstorm warning. Look at the action heading out of Shelby County into parts of Franklin County. Everything is rolling from west to east, so any storm that goes up where you live can put down some very heavy rains, have a lot of lightning, and maybe some localized wind damage. We'll keep a very close eye on these storms as the evening wears on. Not a big-time, widespread severe weather outbreak, but a lot of noise and maybe some local high wind damage. Let's check on traffic late on this Thursday afternoon. Here's Officer Don.
Got a couple of collisions working, including one on Hume at Winchester Road. Now, a vehicle is overturned there, so it has Hume Road shut down at Winchester. That is an injury crash. Also, Alumni and University, no one's hurt in that wreck. Drive times this afternoon to Versailles, we're still looking okay into Woodford County. And Nicholasville, holding about 15 minutes. Now back to you in the studio.
Officer Don, thank you. The former British Prime Minister gets upstaged and a special dog takes a road trip. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
Prime Minister David Cameron's departure from office is one of the biggest stories in the UK right now. And yet it's a cat that is getting a lion's share of the press. Larry the cat, who holds the title of Downing Street's Chief Mouser, has officially upstaged the former prime minister after the press confirmed that even with Cameron's departure, Larry will stick around at Downing Street. Cameron himself tweeted a picture of himself with Larry to prove that there's no hard feelings. Larry tweeted back on his own Twitter page.
All right.
Famous cat there.
Yeah. Well, get out the tissues for this next one because it is a tearjerker. A Nebraska man is taking his chocolate lab on a cross-country road trip after the dog named Bella was diagnosed with cancer and given only a few months to live. Robert Kugler, a recent graduate, decided to put his career on hold to take on a bucket list trip with Bella instead. The pair have already visited Niagara Falls, Washington, D.C., been camping in the mountains and swimming in the ocean. Rob says if these are the last months of Bella's life, he wants to make them the very best.
I feel like right now this is my purpose. It's like the chapter of my life right now is just exploring with my dog.
So how about this? Bella was given at most 6 months to live. She's now at 14 months. Rob says she has no signs of slowing down, and she also only has 3 legs, it looks like there.
That.
So pretty incredible. Good job for Bella and for him as well.
Beautiful pictures. We're both dog lovers.
Absolutely.
And really appreciate somebody doing that with their pet. All right.
Well, on that note, please stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.